This lecture we will see the design of open ditches for surface drainage system. So far we have discussed about different surface drainage systems according to the layout. So open ditch is one of the important surface drainage system because it can be used for removing both surface as well as subsurface water. So it is given as a most important surface drainage system. So we will see the design of this open ditches in detail. Before moving on to the design, we have to consider these points. You have to satisfy this point before designing an open ditches. The first one is the ditches should have adequate capacity to carry the design discharge. How much amount of water is drained from the field? That ditches should have the capacity to carry all the water. Second thing is velocity of flow inside the ditches should neither cause scoring nor silting in the channel. It should not cause any erosion or it should not cause any sedimentation. It should be having an optimum velocity. Third one is side slope of the channel should be stable. So these are the three things which we have to see before constructing an open ditches. The design of open ditches consists of there are four steps mainly. The first one is channel cross section. We have to uh, consider the channel cross section first. Mainly, the open ditches are designed in a trapezoidal section. As a trapezoidal section, it is the most convenient section. And here you can see the cross section of an open ditch. Here there is a base width. This is the side slope of the channel, and this is the design depth. Design depth means we will calculate a depth according to the depth of water to be stored in the ditch. So this is the depth of water to be stored in the ditch, and this is the design depth. And we will give an additional height for safety concern. That additional height is known as freeboard. So this is for safety purpose, and this is the berm. This is a part, again it is given for a safety purpose, for the protection of this bank. This is a spoil bank. So these are the things in a typical cross section of an open ditch. And the capacity of this channel is calculated by using Manning's formula. The velocity of water through the channel is calculated by using Manning's formula, 1 by n r raised to 2 by 3 s by s raised to 1 by 2. So this is the equation for Manning formula. This I have already mentioned this. And where r is the radius, hydraulic radius, which is equal to a by p. A is the area of cross section and p is the wetted perimeter. So what do you mean by wetted perimeter? Actually the perimeter of this section is the sum of this line plus this side plus this side. So this is known as perimeter. But what do you mean by wetted perimeter? Wetted perimeter is the perimeter of the channel which is wetted by water. So that is, in this case, the sum of this portion plus this portion up to this portion. This is known as the wetted perimeter. So this is about radius, hydraulic radius r, and s is the slope of the channel. It is not the side slope, it is the slope of the channel. It is given as a decimal. It is not given in percentage, it is given in decimal in this equation. And n is the Manning's coefficient. Earlier we have discussed that for open ditches we will consider the Manning's coefficient as 0.04 in most of the cases. So velocity of the water through the channel is calculated by using this formula. And now the discharge can be calculated by Q is equal to A into V. A is the area and V is the velocity of flow, which is calculated by this using this equation. A is the area of cross section. So we can consider that equation for designing the flow through the channel. And the side slope should be very much stable. So mainly it depends upon the texture of the soil. Texture means how much amount of clay, silt and sand is present in the soil. Here there is a table which shows the side slope, preferred side slope for a particular kind of soil. If it is clay, clay has the natural nature of cohesiveness. It is the property of a substance to stick together. Same molecule sticks together by means of a force known as cohesive force. So clay particles have a cohesive nature. So because of that, when something is made by using clay, it has a tendency to be in a stable state. So clay soil is more stable, so it can be given steeper slope of 1:1, And silt loam is given 1.5 is to 1, sand loam is 2 is to 1, and loose sand is very much unstable, so it is given a lower slope 3 is to 1. So what is this 3 is to 1, 1 is to 1 and all, we will see. So this is actually the side slope. So 1 is to 1 slope means 1 horizontal is to 1 vertical. 1.1 is to 5 is to 1 means 1.5 horizontal is to 1.1 vertical. So this is the thing. And also the grades of the ditches is controlled by the natural topographic condition of the area, and it should be such that the velocity of flow in the channel should neither cause silting nor scoring. We have discussed it earlier. Generally the velocities should lie between zero point 0.6 to zero point 0.9 meter per second. So this is an optimum velocity which neither causes scoring nor causes silting. So when the velocity is higher than this, it will cause scoring of the channel. When it is lower than this, it will cause silting of the channel. So we should maintain the velocity between these values. So this is about um the velocities, the permissible velocities in a non-vegetative channels. When vegetation is there, normally what happens is when this open ditches are not used throughout the year, so rainfall and all or excess water and all will be caused in certain seasons, certain months, because of the rain, because of over irrigation, etc. So in such cases only these open ditches are used. It is not used throughout the year. So when it is not in use, what will happen to the ditches? There will be weeds. Okay, weeds will be started growing inside these ditches. So when weeds are there, the velocity of flow through the ditches will be less. It will decrease the velocity. It will hinder the water flow. Okay. So we have to consider this also while designing the ditch. Okay, we can give a slightly higher velocity than the design velocity to consider the weeds. If there are some weeds in future that will resist the flow of water, then we have to give some higher velocities during the design itself. So this is the velocity of particular velocity of water through these channels when there is no vegetation. A 20% freeboard is also given to the design depth for safety concern. Now the second thing that we have to note is alignment. When the drainage open ditch is constructed for a short length, then this alignment is not our concern. When these ditches are constructed for long length, that is if in some cases the outlet will be at a farther distance, so in that situation we have to construct the ditches to a longer distance. So in that cases we cannot construct it in a straight manner. Sometimes there needs some curves, some turns will be needed. So in that cases we should not give any a what is that immediate turn or a corner turn, we should not give. Okay, we have to give a curvilinear turn, a curved turn you have to give. The radius of that curve is known as radius of curvature, which can be given by the equation 15 by sine d by 2, where d is the angle of that turn. Okay, so this is the thing. And the recommended values for R is given as 4 to 20 degree. 4 degrees for large capacity channels with steep side slopes, or 20 degrees, and the maximum value of 20 degree can be given to small capacity channels with relatively flat side slopes. The third thing we have to consider is construction of the trains. After designing all these things, designing the cross section, after designing the alignment, we have to now construct the ditches. For constructing normal small ditches, we will use manual methods. If a large capacity ditch is to be constructed, we will use three equipments. One is drain plow, second one is scraper, and the third one is crane shovels. We can use any of them. The drain plows are V-shaped tool which is drawn by crawler tractor, which is attached to crawler tractor. It will make drainage ditches by using this tool. Second one is scraper. It just scraps the soil. It will make shallow ditches. Okay. Third one is crane shovels. This is the most important thing which we will use for constructing open ditches. They have two main parts. One is the lower travel unit. It can be a wheel type or crawler type tractor. And the second thing is upper revolving frame, which is given as an attachment to this tractor. So there is a tractor and an attachment. So these are the two parts. And the attachments can be of three types: clamshell, drag line, and backhoe. These are three attachments that can be attached to the tractor to make this open ditches. So first one is clamshell. It consists of two half buckets. There is a holding line here. When we pull this holding line, this buckets will be half buckets will be come together and it will form a full bucket. And this bucket is, because of this weight of this bucket is inserted to the soil and the soil is filled in this bucket. When we pull the closing line, what will happen? The bucket filled with the soil is rejected up and it will be discharged to some sides. That soil will be discharged to the sides. So this is the thing. The drag line is another important thing. The drag line has a bucket shaped structure at its end, and there is a whole hoist cable here. This is attached to the tractor and the tractor is moved. It is dragged along the surface. While dragging, this bucket is filled with soil and it can be removed to the sides. Backhoe is another device. In this case, this device is used for some hard soils, very hard soils. There is a dipper stick here. It causes a hammering effect on the soil which will remove the soil and drag the soil to the sides. So this is the three instruments. The explanation for the three instruments are given here. And after constructing the train, we will move on to the maintenance of the open ditches. The maintenance of open ditches is a community or a state responsibility because these open ditches are not constructed for a single field owned by a single owner. It can be a single open ditch can cross many fields owned by different owners. So it is a community responsibility or a state responsibility to maintain these ditches. The maintenance of these ditches or functioning of these ditches is affected by four main reasons. One is sedimentation, second one is growth of vegetation, and the third one is bank erosion, fourth one is damage to side slope. Sedimentation is caused when water actually the open ditches are used to remove the excess water. When this water flows through the ditches, it will carry some soil from the field. Okay, so what will happen? This soil will get deposited at some points in the field. So what will happen? Finally, the capacity of the open ditches will decrease. So we have to see whether any sedimentation occurred in the field. If any sedimentation is there, we have to give proper measures to avoid that sedimentation to increase the channel capacity. So the solutions for the sedimentation are we have to minimize the watershed erosion. First of all, we have to minimize the erosion from the field itself. Then there will be less sedimentation. We can construct some drop structures and at the entry point of runoff water into drains. We can construct settling basins or lower check dams. Okay, so these are the measures that we can do for sedimentation problem. Second one is growth of vegetation or weeds. So since it is not used throughout the year, there is a chance of occurring of weeds. So we can manage these weeds by many methods. Mechanical methods are there. We can use a metallical chain with two tractors on either side, in such a way that the plants are uprooted. Second method is chemical weed control method. We can spray weedicides, and otherwise, if these two are not applicable, then we can use flame burners to flame the vegetation. Okay, we can fire the vegetation by using flame burners. Third thing is bank erosion. It is this damage due to this bank erosion is very less, and damage due to side slope of the channel, if it is not stable, it will cause some problems. We have to maintain the side slope of the channel. We can use some erosion control measures for that. So these are the different aspects in maintenance of open ditches. So with this we will close today's session. Thank you.